Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Amira binti Abdul Aziz, and I'm going to explain about the movies related to personality and perception in workplace. Okay, so I'm going to start with the perception definition first. Perception can be defined as clarifying and interpreting or understanding an event or individual. Perception allows us to become aware of objects and environment around us. It is also comes from experience that we gain from information about environment around us. Okay, so what is personality? Personality comes from an individual that have their own characteristic or quality that may turn into individual distinctive behavior. The reason to study personality is because it can lead to many advantages, such as getting better understanding about yourself and the way that these characters may develop, and also to grow ourselves. Okay, so then I'm going to move forward to the synopsis of the story. The synopsis of this movie begins with 70-year-old Ben Whittaker. He is a widower. He is happened to miss his work life, then found an ads where they post for recruiting a senior intern. He then became the intern at Jules Austin company, which was quite different from his previous experience. At first, he was ignored by Jules Austin, but then Jules Austin becomes closer with him. Jules Austin started to realize a lot of things that she may be mistakenly wrong in providing their company good welfare and good acts of service. She is a very strict businesswoman, but she is also very kind. So she has a very busy life until she found out that her husband was cheating on her. At this time, Ben Whittaker really takes a huge step to make the bonding with Jules Austin, and then try to share the opinions with her, and of course to open up her mind a little bit to make a good decision related to her life and also her work related issue. So later the company becomes more out of hand since they got a very bad complaints and of course negative feedbacks. Jules Austin now has to make a big decision where she has to give up the company to other CEO to handle the company, where she has been working on for a year. So she was quite sad at the moment, but she was giving two options. Either she want to give up the company to another CEO, or she cannot give up and continue her business to operate well. Okay, so after days of thinking and having long deep talk with Ben, she decided to just give up the company to another CEO because she wants to have her love life back with her husband. She blamed herself because she didn't have much time with her family, and of course she has a very lovely young daughter. So she missed him and hoped for the decision that she makes will mend up her time with her family. She becomes more thanks to Ben that be with her along her journey and taught amazing experience and good examples, not her thinking that she would now become one of the employees, since she wants to give up the company. So now she is not the boss there anymore. So she wasn't expecting that. And then not knowing that, before she makes the decision, her husband came up to her office and then persuade her, talk to her, be honest with her about the thing that he cheated on her. So Jules Austin then open up her mind to accept him and also forgive him for a better life with her daughter. So the company really works well, since Ben also got promoted as assistant. I think because in that movie, Ben Whittaker plays beside Becky. So Becky is the assistant there. Okay, so that is it for the synopsis. I'm going to continue with the Myers-Briggs theory of personality. Myers-Briggs type indicator theory can also help people recognize their personality traits. Now this is very interesting because you can know about your personality traits. For example, first one is how you focus your attention. We have extroversion and introversion, or what we call as extrovert or introvert. So extrovert can be considered as someone who is outgoing, while introvert is someone who is shy and quiet. Whereas for the introversion, certain people tend to have extroversion personally, and some of them tend to have introversion, because not all of them have one type of personality only. So next is how you collect information. Also divide by two ways, which is sensing and intuition. Sensing is more likely to focus in details, facts, practical, and orders or routine. But for intuition, they are more likely to rely on unconscious thoughts, unconscious processes, and look at the big picture. So on the other hand, how you evaluate the information, it can either from thinking or feeling. So what do you use most in your life, in your personality? You use thinking more, or maybe you are driven to use your feelings more. Thinking means that you are a person that cares about logic and reason to settle problem. But for feeling, you are considered as someone who relies on your personal moral, or maybe your personal values and emotions. So feelings is more likely to follow their emotions. Apart from that is how you interact with outside world. It can be either by judging or perceiving. So judging can refer as someone who wants to control and prefer the world to be in a very structure, or maybe the person wants to become the judging can be referred as someone who wants to take control of a situation. For perceiving is the other way around, which is it means that you are flexible and then spontaneous. Okay. To relate it with the movie, Jules Austen has an extrovert type of personality, and which she focus her attention to be outgoing and assertive to others. She see different people, talk with different people, and of course she has a lot of clients. She is a businesswoman. She is very outgoing, so we can tell that she is an extrovert. So no wonder why Jules Austen is categorized as hot, because she always be outgoing and people know her since she is the boss. Okay, see, she likes giving orders, also be the main character in the company, whereas the way how she collect information is by sensing, in which it means that she follows the details given by her secretary, her driver, like a schedule, and follow them. Like I watched the movie, and all I can say based on my opinion, Jules Austen is follow sensing type of personality, because she follow her routine, same as Ben Whittaker. Ben Whittaker also follow her routine every day, as you can see in the movie. He every day woke up, and then he told that he everyday shave her janggut, and then he also like follow her routine and schedule and so on. So for an example, for Jules Austin, she wake up and follow her routine every day until bedtime. It shows that she is the person that is systematic and follow orders or routine. Third is how she evaluate the information is by feeling. So for an example, in a scene where she was mad at her mother and mistakenly sent inappropriate emails to her and then she regretted it. It shows that she was driven with her emotions. Last but not least, is how she orients herself at outside world. She has judging type of personality because she prefers the world to be in her orders and also in her control. For an example, she was sad because she knew that she was going to be replaced with another CEO. She also mentioned that she wants to learn the CEO lesson because she didn't want another CEO to take control over what she has in position. Although she didn't say it, but her face saying it. Like, she asked the secretary whether she can get or not the CEO lessons, because obviously she doesn't want to give up the company, and of course she doesn't want to become a normal employee because she is the one who worked hard for that company. And then I'm going to explain about the Big 5 model. Big 5 model can also determine what is one's personality by just looking at one's behavior and attitude. Big 5 model consists of 5 personality traits: extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, emotional stability, and openness to experience. Extroversion means outgoing and social to people. For example, Ben Whittaker is very wise and also outgoing person. He is very active. He doesn't mind to socialize. That means that he could be an extrovert in that movie. He didn't feel drained his energy even after seeing a lot of people in a day. For instance, the movie, Ben becomes friends with other employees and they all like him and tend to ask for his help regarding anything because they trust him. Subsequently, another out of the Big 5 model is agreeableness. Agreeableness can be defined as someone with good nature and also someone who is trustworthy. People who have this personality tend to have more friends, and people trust in this person because in whatever time this person execute any jobs or even keeping a secret, because they are people who have this personality tend to have more friends, and people trust in this person to execute any jobs or to even keeping any secrets because that person is trustworthy. So one of the character I watched in the movie is that his personality traits is Becky, Julie's assistant in the movie. She is the person that can be counted on and someone with good nature person. She did her job amazingly, but at first Julie didn't notice her until the day Jules realized that she is wrong. However, despite the cold attitude given from Jules to Becky, but she is always does her job without complaining. Besides that, conscientiousness is the other Big 5 model, and it defines someone who is organized, responsible, and dependable. For an example, in the movie, Ben always carry a handkerchief to give it to those who need it. So other than that, Ben has a very beautiful organized bedroom and he shaves every day, showing he is a very organized person. Not only that, Ben takes responsibility to clean the messy desk in the office. Next, we also have emotional stability, where it refers to calm person, self-confidence, insecure, depressed, or any other feelings. Because emotion consists of positive and negative. So, in that movie, Becky is a person with these personality traits because she cried when Julie never asked her to do anything, but then she was asked to teach Ben what is the job scope as an assistant, or maybe Jules just asked Becky to help Ben, but she never asked Becky to do anything before, so Becky feels like it is very surprisingly. Last but not least is openness to experience. This can be referred to someone with imagination, sensitivity, and curiosity. In this movie, Ben is considered as very sensitive and curious when he also found out that his boss husband is cheating, and he was accidentally went pub at their house area, and so both of them are on their way out. Ben then feels very uncomfortable because he is very sensitive. His wife is the love of his life, and then his wife already passed away, and of course it affects her as well, because that is his boss husband. So of course Ben would place himself in Jules' position and feel sad about it. He was very curious of whom she might be the scandal. Ben was also very curious at first because Jules managed a company in such a young age with short time of period. She had recruited over 200 and more employees in that company. So he was very proud of Jules, but at the same time sad about thinking that she got cheated on, like she did not deserve that. Okay, so next I'm going to explain about the perceptual distortion. Perceptual distortion can be classified into 5 categories too, which is halo effect, contrast effect, similar to me effect, stereotype, and projection. So halo effect means that the general perception is based on single characteristic. To relate it with the movie, Ben always shave, clean himself, wear a proper proper outfit, in which people assume him the smart, old school kind of guy, a gentleman. So halo effect means the general perception on a single characteristic. And next we have the contrast effects, which means to make comparison with others who perform much better than us, or more worse than us. So for example, Jules once said that in the movie about how she doesn't like the potential CEO because his performance to his current company is bad compared to hers. Okay, so other than that, similar to me effect tends to refer as someone who is likely to have similarities among among others instead of differences, meaning that someone tends to like the similarities that we have between for example, the similarities that in the movies have is where Jules and Ben actually work at the same place. Ben worked there first. Ben was the boss there first during the 90s, at his time, and then he already become old, and then Jules came to the place where Ben worked before and become boss there. So when we have the similarities with others, we tend to like them more. So that is the similar to me effect. And then we also have projection, also refers as the tendency to evaluate others based on how he or she themselves achieve it. For an example, Jules once said that other employees can follow Ben because he is experienced, loving, and dependable person. Okay, this means that to evaluate others based on how or she themselves achieve it. Like For example, Ben achieve, like in the movie, there is a situation where they all went to the Jules' mother's house to steal a laptop. I just now mentioned that Jules had been sent wrongly inappropriate messages to her mom, so they as a team went there, breaking into the house, and then after that they also steal the computer, not like stealing, but they just delete the emails and so on. So they berjaya buat tu. They managed to run, and then they went out for a drink at the bar. So that is when the Jules said to other co-workers that you should be like Ben more. Although that she might be drunk, but this is what projection effects does. Because in that time, in that scene, Jules said you have to be like more like Ben, because Ben tends to look more gentleman. Like he carry a handkerchief only to give to people who need it. He admitted himself. He said that he keep that handkerchief not for himself but for others who need it. So that is very gentleman and kind and very old school. Next we have, last but not least, is the stereotypes, which refers to belief in all members tend to behave in same behavior. For example, Jules said to her fellow male co-workers and asked them to they should be more like them because he is gentleman, like I said before, like in the previous scene. Okay, so I'm going to move forward with the recommendation. Recommendation is ways to achieve job fit. In achieving job fit, one must know what is his personality and job fit for the position. For an instance, we have 6 types of personality, such as realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and also conventional. For example, if you are tend to go and socialize with other people, then you should be more finding jobs that related to your like you love to socialize, then you should find any job that related to socialize, because that is your expertise, that is what you're good at. So that is one of the way to achieve job fit. For example, if you have already been on social media and tend to socialize with other people, then you can consider to take marketing and sales business as your career goals. In conclusion, these types of personality can be identified by an individual, then try to evaluate in which areas you have interest to. And then another point is achieving healthy workplace environment. Everyone wants to achieve healthy workplace environment, and here are the few tips on how to get a better workplace environment. First and foremost, make a clear goals and feasible goals for the company. You have to make a clear goals. Second is to establish communication among group members or work friends, or create bonding with them, so that everyone feels that you are there, you are exist, and you are caring about others too. Other than that, other support and services, like you can provide, or maybe you can offer your work buddy a support, or maybe any help if they want any help. You have to be more active in order to achieve the healthy working environment, because if you just sit there keep quiet, in my opinion, people will not know you, and then you will start to feel that the environment is not the right environment for you. Okay. Next is the conclusion. In conclusion, a person should know how to manage his perception, because to deliver a message that everyone may understand you. Whereas for the impact of not managing it could lead to miscommunication or having conflicts within people surround you. Apart from that, there is also advantage to understand people's personality. One of them is to understand your preferences, other preferences, as well as how and why this thing might happen. This is also disadvantages. There is also disadvantage of not understand people's personality, and one of them is